Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot, with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I am so honored to be sharing this time and space with you, and if you're new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently on this channel. Keeping that in mind moving forward, should the messages happen to resonate along the way, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that being said, today we are getting a message from your guardian angel. We're going to be using the Angel Guide Oracle by Kyle Gray. Felt like that was a fitting oracle to bring through today. First, let's hop to your prayer, and we will go ahead and get this reading underway for you. My beloved source, this prayer is for anyone and everyone that is on this reading or on this channel, whether it's for a moment's time or for the entire time. Right now, there's a lower vibration in the collective that is happening. I feel like there's just a lot that's happening across the globe right now. Nothing that is super positive, not necessarily things that are super negative, but just this kind of in-between space of waiting, watching, and wondering what's next. Almost as if we're in between breaths. And sometimes this is a very scary place to be, because it's a very unknown place. Is the next breath going to be okay? Is it going to be haggard? Is it going to be shallow? Is it going to be full? What is it going to be? But we know that letting go of the what will and leaving that to you is where we find, embrace, and clarify our own truth. It's not up to us what happens next. It will be in accordance with your will. Not with our will. Even though we would love it to be in accordance with our will, it will truly be in accordance with your will and what is meant for us along the journey. But in this time, I ask that you surround us with our guardian angels, with the archangels, and help us release any burdens, any ties, any energies, or anything that might be holding us down, weighing us down like an anchor. Help us release these, or unburden our souls, our minds, and our spirits from them, Source. Take them and transmute them into something positive for the journey of light and love. And help us find stillness in this in-between, knowing that it can be equally as powerful as the in-breath and the exhale. As these words are spoken upon this tribe and onto this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Aseh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. Alright, let me go ahead and get this set up over here. Alright. Perfect. So, move this. Get to shuffling. Let's see. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Alright, source. Let's say this. Guardian angels of my fellow humans. What is the message that you have for them today? Guardian angels of my fellow humans, what is the message that you have for them today? What do they need to know? Look at that. I was shuffling and the guardian angel came out on the bottom. Oh, I love that. Guardian angels, what is the message you have for my fellow humans today? What is the message you have for my fellow humans? What angel guide oracle card will help us better understand this message that you have for them today? Thank you. All right. So guardian angel of pile number 1. What angel guide oracle will help us better understand the message that you have for pile number 1? What is the message that you have for pile number 1, guardian angel of pile number 1? Thank you. Guardian angel of pile number 2. What angel guide oracle card will help us better understand the message that you have for pile number 2? Thank you. And guardian angel of pile number 3. What angel guide oracle card will help us better understand the message you have for pile number 3? What's the message you have for pile number 3, guardian angel, pile number 3? Thank you. All right, collective energy, earth and ground. You know, this is really telling here for this card to come through, because I feel like this is just that reminder that sometimes we can get lost in the clouds, right? I am so guilty of this all the time, and they want me to share why that is. It's just because you don't know love until you know the love of the divine, and sometimes it's just easier to stay with the divine. Like, if I could stay in meditation all day long, every day, I would, but that's just not feasible. That doesn't allow me to experience what it is to be human, right? And that's what we're here. We're a soul come to experience the human experience. And sometimes we get lost because the human experience is so heavy. And we just want to stay in our higher chakras. But if we're ever to manifest anything in this realm, we have to draw that back down into our lower chakras, which means we have to take action. We have to allow ourselves to feel and feel into what we're feeling. And we have to stay rooted in this physical realm, right? We are the tree, so growing our roots deep allows us to spread our leaves and branches high. It doesn't mean that we have to choose one or the other to reside in, but I do feel like this is that reminder that when you dig your roots deep and stay grounded into the earth and stay grounded into your root chakra, you'll be able to bring in that divine love and manifest that as a channel of that yourself. And that being that channel is what helps you bring that love to others, which then gets mirrored back onto you in various different ways, right? So we're going to read this from the book, and they want me to share. I had this story happen, okay? Like, I wasn't going to share it, but they keep poking at me to share it. So I feel like this is that reminder of this is when you're this embodiment of love, this is what happens. I was at the store the other day, and there was this sweet little grandpa who was on one of those little electric carts. And I was walking down this aisle, and I said, hello, and he's like, hi. And I was like, how are you? And he's like, I don't know. My cart died. And he's like, I think I have to walk back up to the front of the store and get a new one. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, that's not a feasible option because you use the cart for a purpose. So obviously walking up to the front of the store is not going to be feasible for you. And so I said, you know what? Stay there. I'm going to go see if I can get some help and see if they can bring you a new cart. And I went, there was a department that wasn't too far away, and I asked the guy in the department, I was like, hey, there's a gentleman down 2 aisles over, and his cart died, and I was wondering if you had another cart. And he's like, I have one right here. And he kept telling me, thank you. The associate that worked there, he's like, thank you so much for helping this guy out. And I was like, yeah, of course, no problem. It's not a big deal. Like, I just couldn't leave him stranded. So he hops on the cart. I show him where the gentleman is. He helps the gentleman take his product and put it back into the new cart. And then as he's driving off, he drives by me again. He's like, thank you so much for helping this man. And I was like, yeah, of course. No problem. I was like, you're welcome. I'm honored to do so. And I was just super, involved in it. And then the little grandpa, he looked up and he waved at me and he's like, thank you. And I said, you're welcome. And I waved back at him. But the associate, he just was so grateful, and he was more grateful than even the guy. And I'm not saying the guy wasn't grateful that I helped him, he was, but to show that love, I wasn't expecting an associate to reach out like that, but it came from a place that I wasn't expecting. And so I feel like this is Source reminding you that the more you stay grounded and open to experiences, the more those experiences are going to mirror back to you that love. But it's going to come in ways that we're not expecting. So to expect the unexpected, or to expect nothing at all and let everything be a pleasant surprise as it shows up. So let me read this from the book. All right, Earth and Ground. It says, you may be feeling discombobulated or all over the place at this time, most likely because you're spreading yourself too thin and taking on too many projects at once. So your angel guide is encouraging you to get grounded. When you come back to Earth, you will have a clearer insight into who you are and what you need to do to feel safer and more at ease in your life. You're being guided to take some time to breathe, connect with the fresh air, and even go somewhere in nature where you can relax, release, and let go. You may be uncertain about what you're supposed to be focused on at this time, and that's because your energy is a little bit dispersed right now. But angels of the earth are with you to help you get grounded and feel connected again. And you have important work to do, and exciting experiences can only unfold when your energy is intact. You're blessed to receive this card today because it's a message of protection and guardianship. Angels are strongly connected to you in your path right now, and they want to support your evolution. When you lose a sense of connection to who you are, you can often find yourself focusing on energy or projects or even old habits that can limit the evolution. So take time to breathe, call on Mother Earth to hold you, and invite angels of the earth to draw deep roots from your being down to the heart of the earth. Know when you are grounded, you are a strong, focused, and loving individual, and you can make decisions that are enriching and revitalizing. When this card shows up for you, angels are guiding you to remember that you are of great value. The earth is blessed to have you. Right, and so remembering that you're not spreading yourself too thin, right? It's, of course, we're taking action, but I feel like that's why it's important to ground as well, because when you're grounded, it allows you to nourish and nurture yourself, because we're drawing on that energy from Mother Earth, right? Mother Earth is that symbol, that representative of what it is to be compassionate, kind, nurturing, and loving to ourselves. And so drawing that energy in and staying rooted reminds us that we have to take space, time, and energy for ourselves as well. A very powerful message coming in. I absolutely love that for you. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know this card came out. We have Trust the Universe. Actually, there was two cards here. Obviously, they did not want to be a part of the shuffle, but I didn't even see them when I picked up the deck. We have Trust the Universe and Yes. Okay, so a lot of positive energies are coming in for the collective here, trusting that everything is happening for a reason. And yes, things are manifesting, even if we're not seeing them with our own two eyes right now. If we're not experiencing it just yet, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. Oftentimes, a lot of that, like what we were talking about in the prayer, right, is the in-between. And the in-between is where Source does magic, and that's where we have to let go. But as humans, it's very difficult sometimes for us to let go and to trust. But the more that we practice that, the easier it will get, okay? And I feel like my camera is a little bit crooked today. I'm going to move you around a tad here. Alright, so that'll do. That'll do. Okay, for pile number 1, we do have this dice with the 10th house on it. And we have this amethyst for you to choose from. Okay, in pile 2, we have this dice with the 8th house on it. Or we have this piece of green aventurine for you to choose from. Okay. And for pile 3, we have this dice with the 3rd house on it. Or we have this moonstone for you to choose from. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whichever pile you feel drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And I will see you over there. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 10th house on it, if you were drawn to this piece of amethyst, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on a message from your guardian angel. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently on this channel, so keep that in mind moving forward. And should the messages happen to resonate with you along the way, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. So with that, let's hop to it and find out what is the message from your guardian angel, pile 1. So guardian angel of pile number 1, what is the message that you have for them today? Guardian angel of pile number 1, what is the message that you have for them today? What would you like them to know? Okay, so we've got Neptune, the 12th house, and Sagittarius. Interesting. I just heard the adventures in the unknown. That was cute. The adventures in the unknown. I do feel like there's a little bit of trepidation here for moving into what's next. Like, you know what you need to do. You know the moves that you're supposed to take or that you're meant to take moving forward. But there's a little resistance there because you're not sure what's going to happen, right? It's like if you're taking on a new learning project, or if you're trying to expand your skill sets, or if you're trying to learn something for your job, and it's all things that you know if you show up, you're going to get what you need, but there's kind of that in-between period. There's that this real, I don't know if you listened to the prayer or not at the beginning, but this feels like that same energy from that we got from the prayer, like this very in between. I'm not sure. It's a pause. There's a pause right now, and finding the adventure in the unknown is what your guardian angel's message is here with the dice. It's just reminding you that even though you're not seeing everything clearly, or there might be a lot of illusions around you right now, or maybe there's a lot of feelings that you're letting go of, like guilt, shame, worry, stress. You know, tapping into your psychic abilities and your intuition right now is absolutely going to help you out. And always asking your guardian angel to be present. They will show up for you. They will show their presence. They will make themselves known if you ask them to. And trust, right? You can't just ask them to and stay skeptical about it, because they're not going to show up if you're skeptical about it. But they will show up if you trust that they'll show up. They'll give you a sign. They'll send you a number. They'll show that they're there by wrapping you in their wings, and you'll feel their presence. Okay, there's a lot of energy here where it's like they want you to trust right now in the unknown, in the darkness, and not being able to see what's next. There's this pause where you're learning something, you're gaining information, you're releasing something too. There's this energy where you are truly growing and evolving, taking another step. This is part of your ascension process. It's a part of taking another step to a higher evolved mind. And healing. There's healing that's coming with that as well. I feel like you've healed so much. It's like, what else do I have to heal from? And remembering that healing is going to always be a lifelong journey, right? There is no end of the healing journey, because we're always letting go of things that we didn't know were affecting us. And once we let go of those, then we realize other things that we didn't know were affecting us. And so trusting that every step you take right now is going to bring you closer to the outcome that you desire, and knowing that you are building a deeper connection with your psychic abilities, right? I do feel like there's a bit of confusion here, or wondering if you are dreaming of something that's impossible, and your guardian angel is saying absolutely not. What you want is possible, but you have to trust in those moments that are the in-betweens, that are maybe less than promising, or sorry, I just realized something. I burned a piece of paper. Yeah, it's like there's a hole in the outcome. Interesting. That's interesting energy. Okay, feeling like there's a hole in the outcome. You feel like you're missing something, and they want you to know that you're not, that everything is exactly where it's meant to be. You're where you're meant to be. I do feel like it's hard for you sometimes to take that step forward, because you feel like you're missing a key component of the journey. Like, if that's manifesting abundance or wealth or freedom or higher states of consciousness or whatever it is, you're just feeling like you're always reaching but never quite getting there. And I feel like what they're saying is that you are already there. But can you see that? Can you step back and see that? This is like a moment to celebrate. Wow. And continue to find adventure in the unknown. Okay, I'm going to use my Archangel Tarot today. Guardian Angel of pile number 1. What further messages do you have for them today? Would you like them to know? Guardian Angel of pile number 1. What message do you have for them today? Thank you. What message do you have for them today? Some of you may be having a stuffy nose, or like dealing with allergies as well. That's coming in. Saying, hold on, this too shall pass. Whoa. That is so... We'll take them. We've got the Knight of Ariel, which is the Knight of Coins. We have the Four of Gabriel, which is the Four of Wands. And we have the High Priestess, or what you know from the Tarot Marseille as the Pope. The Popess, my apologies. So it says, there's so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. Time for a celebration. Abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. And it says, powerful psychic insights. Reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. And before we even look at what's on the bottom of the deck, this is interesting because it's exactly what I was saying. There's stuff that you know you need to do, right? There's something that you should be taking steps towards. The energy that came through the dice was very clear, right? And then also celebrating how far you've come, and knowing that you are tapping into those higher abilities, and that your psychic abilities are leading you, your intuition is leading you. But trusting that you can tap in at any time, and trusting that information that you're receiving. There's a lot of duality here as well in your reading. It's feeling like It's easy to get lost in the shadow. It's easy to get lost in the dark. And because something is taking so long, feeling like you're missing something, but you're not, right? Your guardian angel is actually helping you find the way. And if you see here, I believe she's dropping coins. Yeah, she's dropping coins onto the ground. Let me see if I can get that to focus there, right? She's dropping coins onto the ground. So it's like breadcrumbs to your abundance is what I'm hearing. And there's this energy that's flowing right now where it's like whatever it is that you want to manifest, you first had to let go of whatever it was that was blocking you, right? The Four of Wands from the Tarot Marseille talks about shoring up old patterns and letting go of beliefs that are burdensome, right? And we have release yourself from burdensome situations. So again, this reminder that when you raise your vibration, you'll begin to see things exactly as they are instead of being caught up in the illusion. Which is what I was saying, the duality that's coming through with your reading is sometimes it's easy to get lost in the shadow or lost in the dark. Remembering that you are the light. So if you're in a period of darkness, how can you tap back into yourself to become the light? Your guardian angel is reminding you that you are the light that you're seeking. You're not missing anything, and you haven't messed up anything. You haven't done anything wrong. Everything that you're asking for is coming, but sometimes with bigger manifestations, they take longer, right? We know they're not going to come overnight, but we're impatient. That's very human of us to be very impatient. Very much like things have to happen right now, right now, right now, because we're in a very instant gratification society. But something that you're asking for is taking time to build momentum. I'm seeing a snowball rolling down a hill. So it's going to get bigger with time, but it's slowly starting out right now. And it's a little wonky and a little wobbly right now. It's just, it hasn't smoothed out yet, but it will, right? So on the bottom, look at this. We have the Ace of Gabriel, inspiration. Right? A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. And she has owl wings behind her. This is wisdom coming in with your inspiration. This is guidance that is inspiring guidance. So it's like your guardian angels are helping you to find balance again on your journey. They're helping you to find freedom in that knowledge that's coming through, and that you can trust your intuition, right? You're being given this guidance. And this also feels to me like tapping into the spirit realm, especially with the High Priestess here, okay? This feels like tapping into the spiritual realm without realizing it, which would go hand in hand with the 12th house and Neptune. Stepping into the unknown, stepping beyond the boundaries into the spiritual realm, and being able to grasp what's going on there. 1 foot in and 1 foot out, right? But this is the gift that Source has given you, and trusting that it is guiding you, and trusting that you have what it takes to get to the next level. But I do feel like there's a questioning here, and your guardian angel is saying to trust yourself. Look, she has wings, and this lady here has wings, right? So, and I feel like both of these are representing you, trusting that you can spread your wings and fly. You know, a bird doesn't trust the branch that it lands on, it trusts its wings. And I feel like that's the reminder here, not trusting the place that you've landed at, but trusting in your own ability to get you to where you need to go, should anything fall apart. Right? Life is ups and downs, right? We live in contrast. So there is no promise of constant good or constant bad, because life is up and down. Life is ever flowing and twisting and turning and all over the place. We don't want to trust in that because it's too unsettling and it's too chaotic. But if we can be grounded in ourselves, we can trust then in our own abilities and capabilities. And so what your guardian angel is reminding you here is to trust in yourself, and to trust that you have what it takes to get out of sticky situations, to get out of things that might not be copacetic, to get out of situations that don't feel right, and trust that you can bring yourself into a space that's going to feel more grounded and free. So let's get some oracles out here for you and see what comes through. Guardian Angel, what else would you like to tell pile number 1? Thank you. On the bottom, we have Yang energy. Proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. I cannot make this stuff up. There is something here that you are meant to take action towards, and your guardian angel is giving you the green light. We've given you the inspiration. We've helped you take the first step, but you have to take the next step, right? You have to do that. They can't force you to take the next step. Although maybe it would be nice if they could. Then we wouldn't have to do all that work. But they can't. They can only inspire us to take the path that's set before us. So I feel like here, it's as long as you take the steps in front, one foot in front of the other. It's not about running to some end destination here. This is about gaining as much as you can with each step that you take. On the bottom of the deck, we have intention. Lacking personal direction begets confusion and life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. We were talking about that. There's a little bit of confusion here, right? Not letting the confusion get to you. Look at this. She has wings, but look at how her wings are down. One's wrapped around her and the other one is back here. Okay, spreading your own wings here and flying, trusting yourself, trusting that you know where you're going. 15:15 on the clock. Okay, this comes down to you trusting in your own abilities more than anything else, believing in yourself. And it's hard, okay? Like, this is not something that is simple, especially when we come from a life where people are constantly putting us down, or we've been told not to believe in ourselves because it's somehow arrogant or selfish and we have to put everybody else first. But this is coming back to that place of self-love. If we don't believe in ourselves, who will? So your guardian angel wants to remind you that right now the key thing here is for you to believe in yourself. We have number 23 that popped out. Pray from the heart. Prayer can really move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold, okay? So again, praying to your guardian angel, going back to what I felt in the beginning, your guardian angel saying, hey, ask for me to show you a sign. I will come forward, okay? We have Archangel Michael here standing behind her. It's just trusting that you'll feel their presence, trusting in the signs that they're giving you, okay? On the bottom, look at that. We have 2332. What? Okay, if you wanted a synchronicity or a sign, here's your sign, okay? Here's your sign right here on this reading. Oh my goodness, I love that. Thank you so much. It says, you are not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. Okay, you're here. This is your joy, but this is the process to unfurling or unfolding into our joy. It's actually not something that we're seeking outside of ourselves. It's something that is cultivated within, and trusting that as we cultivate that, we will experience happiness, we will experience contentment, we will experience joy. Right? So we see that. And 32 and 23 is 5. And 5 is all about uncomfortable change. Right? So this isn't something that's comfortable for you to do, but it is something that you are more than capable of doing. On the bottom, we have winter. Take care of your needs. This really feels like you've been putting so many other people first, or putting your dream on the back burner because of worry about what other people are thinking, what other people are going to say about you, or how other people are going to take you showing up and doing this for yourself. And it's this reminder that, you know what, if you feel like their needs matter, you have to also trust that within yourself. Your needs matter. Your wants matter. We can't just always believe that everyone else is far more deserving of their life than we are. Because what that does is that puts this strain and this pressure on us, and it makes us believe that we'll never achieve what it is that we want. Or like somehow everyone else is more magically fitted to experience life than we are. But that's not true. We're all on the same playing field. And at the end of the day, we all have the same tools. But the thing is, Pile One, I feel like you've been taking steps to gain a lot of information and clarity for yourself that many people won't do in their lifetime. So if there's a lot of people who aren't taking those steps, why are they more deserving of the life that you're asking for than you are? Right? You're taking the steps, you're doing the work, you're putting in the effort. When you see other people who aren't, but yet putting those other people who aren't first, and you're saying that no matter how hard I work, I'm never going to achieve what it is that I want. That's not true. Hard work, patience, and slow, steady steps are going to get you to where you want to be. Okay, so you're getting 3 of these. We have lunar eclipse, out with the old. Exactly. Letting go of the old, clearing out old beliefs. 3rd house, take a good look around, right? Listening to what matters to you, what your heart wants matters. Then we have the 9th house, expand your point of view, right? This growth that's coming in, that's very valid. It's very important for you to go to the next step, to the next level. Then we have the moon on the bottom with cue up the cuddles. And I feel like this is also pointing towards, this has been affecting you emotionally, mentally, and physically in many different ways. But trusting that what you feel is a blueprint to what's next on your journey to letting go, right? All right, let's get one of these archangel messages here. Whoa. We have Oceana. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay, can we be more clear here? Your angels, in all the cards that are coming out, keep talking about taking action, right? Taking action, letting things unfold and moving forward here. On the bottom, we have Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So you are healing, and you're also being guided by Archangel Uriel. You might be working closely with him at this time. Let's get an angel number for you. Guardian angel. Okay. I can't with you, Pile One. Already we have 88. Listen to your gut. What did this say? Trust your gut. Look at that. Listen to your gut. Intuition, trust, inner voice, guidance, positivity, and alignment. When you are positively motivated, your goals and dreams will unfold as they should. Let your inner voice be your primary guide on this journey. It says, in what areas of my life am I not listening to my gut, and how can I better align with my inner voices? Take a moment to meditate or reflect on a current decision you are facing, and listen carefully to the inner guidance to determine the best course of action. Yes, I love this for you, Pile number 1. So trusting your gut and taking action. 2 things that are vital for you. Finding the adventure in the unknown. There's a period of pause, but in this pause, the only thing that you can do is move forward with the things that you're doing, your routine, learning, listening, growing. We have 2, 2, 2, 2. Stick to it. Persistence, patience, progress, steadfast, goal, manifestation, and preparation. Choose a path and stick to it. Making slow and steady progress. This card signifies the need for patience and consistent effort while working towards a significant goal or manifestation. Ensure that all aspects of your plan are organized and aligned. And I'm going to leave it there because we can't be more clear, right? Like, slow and steady wins the race here. It's just about continuing to show up. Your guardian angels and the archangels that you're working with, they're breadcrumbing you, and I say this because it's more or less they're leading you to your destination. But this is the good kind of breadcrumb, not someone who's giving you a little and taking a lot. This is your archangels are marking a path to your direct destined path, to your destined outcome, right? And so you're picking up every coin that they drop down, every symbol that they drop down, every synchronicity that they drop down. You're picking that up, and it's guiding you right to where you're meant to go, right? It's just like Hansel and Gretel here. You're about to open up to a life that you only ever imagined, and it's going to be far more than even that. We have the 10th house here. Structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career, and celebrating the small moments right now. What have you achieved today that you didn't have last year or the year before or 5 years ago? Remembering to always look back and see just how far that you've come, and that will remind you that you have made tons of progress on this journey. Wow, we've got the perspective card. This has been a very popular card from this deck. It says a calm and clear mind is free to see differently. So changing the way you're looking at what it is that you're doing. You know, maybe you're feeling like you're not far enough ahead, or you're not getting where you need to be at. Maybe what you need to see instead is, look at how far I've come, how much I've accomplished, and how much I've changed. I'm not the same person I was when I started this journey, and that is something to celebrate. I set stronger boundaries. I speak my mind. I'm clear about what I want. I'm asking Source for what I desire. I'm doing things that I never thought were possible. Looking at all these things can help you see clearly just how far you've come. Lord, take charge with authority. Okay, that's it. Stepping forward. This is your time. What do you want? What do you want, Pile 1? And who do you want to be? No one can answer those questions for you, and no one can take the action for you. You have to take that action. All right, let's take a look at your angel card. I'm going to read this from the book. Wow, we've got forgiveness and understanding. Interesting that this card would come out. So maybe what's holding you back is actually holding on to a situation or a certain person or the way things are playing out right now, right? And forgiveness will help you to release that with a loving heart. And this is a difficult thing, and it's interesting. If you didn't catch today, I posted, it is the day that I am recording this, is the 15th, I believe. If you go check out the community post, it talks about forgiveness in silence and never talking to another person as a form of self-care. You might benefit from reading that post if you feel drawn to it, okay? So I'm just putting that out there, but it will be on the community tab. It says, as soon as you see the word forgiveness, you'll know where this energy is needed in your life. Forgiveness is a correction to human vision, an opportunity to see through the eyes of the soul, and ultimately it gives us an idea of what it's like to see through the eyes of our angels. Whatever the situation that feels heavy on your heart right now, when this card appears, your angel guide is inviting you to release it. You aren't being asked to accept bad behavior and let it go, but to realize that the only person who's truly being affected by your unforgiving thoughts and feelings is you. You don't deserve to have past events get in the way of present happiness. And that can only happen if you make space by releasing painful experiences from your heart. So call in your angels and ask them to help you step into an energy of forgiveness. Even if you feel you don't know how to forgive, the willingness to do it will be enough. Understanding why others have committed certain acts or you yourself have made bad decisions isn't always easy. It's important to know that you are always doing the best that you can with the information and the tools that you have. And the more you learn in life, the greater your capacity to make choices from a space of love. When this card shows up for you, it's because angels see you as worthy of fulfilling and exciting experiences. When you are dancing with the energy of forgiveness, you are on the verge of a miracle. This isn't a time to be weighed down by the past, but a time to see beyond it. Yes, I love this for you, right? They want to see you as worthy of fulfilling and exciting experiences, finding adventure in the unknown. And maybe that's what it is. If you're identifying with a certain situation or something that's happened to you, Pile 1, and you've identified with that for so long, what is it when you let go? Like, who will you now be? What if it's not worrying about who you'll be, but rather focusing on, I get to be free? Whew, I felt that. I felt that in my gut. I felt it in my heart. I felt it on my shoulders. Like, wow. Because you're not letting go saying that what you did was okay. You're letting go so that you get to be free. Right? So this is what I see here for you. If you feel like this is your reading pile number 1, leave the little anchor emoji down below and say, it is through truly letting go, forgiving, and releasing that I free my soul to walk in this space of unconditional love in the mundane realm. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and a special shout out to your guardian angel for coming through on this message. And until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 8th house on it, if you were drawn to this piece of green aventurine, or if you're drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading, a message from your guardian angel. I want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. Truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you're new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together. That this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently on this channel, so I just keep that in mind as we move forward. And if the messages should happen to resonate along the way, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. With that being said, let's hop to it and find out what is the message from your guardian angel. So pile number 2, guardian angel of pile number 2, what is the message that you have for them today? Guardian angel of pile number 2, what is the message that you have for them today? Would you like them to know? Okay, so we've got the South Node, we've got 12th house, and we've got Gemini energy. There's something here that you're not being honest with yourself about. And it's something that you feel bad about. There's something here that you really feel like, oh my gosh, I can't be honest about this. What if this person hears what I'm saying? Or what if this situation finds out? You know, this feels like I'm getting this feeling and this image of like when you're writing in your journal and they tell you to be completely honest with your journal, like share all your thoughts and feelings with your journal, but you write something down only to scratch it out because you're afraid someone's looking over your shoulder. Like that's what this feels like here. And that could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. This could be just an energy that you've been holding on to for a long time because you didn't have privacy when you were younger, or because there were a lot of people who just stepped over your boundaries. But there's this energy that's coming out where it's like constantly feeling like I have to look over my shoulder. But being honest with yourself right now, are you in that same situation? Are you a child? Do you need to be protected from that situation again? You're here protecting you. Are you capable of doing that? And these are all things that will help you kind of unfurl what it is that like that feeling keeps arising from, right? Okay, like maybe when you were a child, like you did have a journal and you stopped writing in your journal because maybe your parents went through it and you felt like you had no privacy, or your parents would just barge into your room without knocking, or they would expect you to share every detail of your life with them. And that's what this really feels like, this oversharing here. And so there's this energy of being completely honest with yourself and adapting to the new life that you're living and adapting to this new place that you're in. And you've been there for a while. It feels like this isn't old energy, right? It feels like you've been here for a while, though, in this new place. And that it's been really hard for you to get this sense of, oh my gosh, you know, so-and-so is looking over my shoulder at me. So-and-so is going to barge in at any second. So-and-so is going to do this. They're going to do that. This could be also, I'm hearing like a narcissistic ex, you know, gave you no privacy, or a narcissistic parent, or a caretaker or sibling here. But with this energy, your guardian angel is reminding you that holding on to those feelings of guilt, shame, and there's a burden here is what it feels like. There's a burden here that's keeping you blocked. And the South Node energy is everything that's been uncomfortably comfortable for us up until this point, where it's skeletons in the closet, past baggage that we can let go of, right? With Gemini, we have that energy of being completely honest with ourselves, communicating that to ourselves. But it does feel like there's a hiccup in that communication. Like maybe the minute that you go to communicate that with yourself, maybe say it's a parent, right? It's your mom, and your mom is just not, she won't let you have any privacy. She didn't let you have any privacy, and now she wants to know everything, but you know you need not to tell her that. But it's like trying to be honest with yourself. If you were journaling and you're trying to write down like, well, mom is still being nosy about this, and like, I really wish she would leave me alone. I really wish that she didn't do this stuff because she's so nosy. But it's like you write because she's so nosy. A very direct, honest, pointed sentence. But then immediately you scratch it out because you're like, oh my gosh, she's going to see this. Oh my gosh, she's going to know that I wrote this. That's what it feels like. And remembering that when you're by yourself and alone, you're protected, okay? You protect you. And whether that's journaling or if that's just saying it to yourself out loud, like being honest with yourself here is something that needs to happen in order for you to let go of something that has been making you feel very small and very disconnected from yourself. Okay, so we're going to be using the Power Archangel Tarot today. So Guardian Angel of pile number 2, what is the message that you have for pile number 2? And it doesn't necessarily have to be the looking over your shoulder. This could be a worrying about what people are thinking of you, if you're honest, or if you show yourself. This could be just something that's been hanging on for a long time. A feeling of paranoia is what I feel right now. It's like very paranoid. Alright, so Guardian Angel pile number 2, what is the message you have for pile number 2? Oh my gosh, my nose is going crazy. What is the message you have for pile number 2? Okay, thank you. Guardian Angel pile number 2, what is the message you have for pile number 2? What is the message that you have for pile number 2, Guardian Angel? Thank you. What is the message that you have for pile number 2, Guardian Angel? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot with Archangel Metatron. Determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledge of success by others. So maybe there's been people here who tried to make you feel small in what it is that you're walking towards. Yeah, the Ace of Michael. So that's the Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's been people here who made you feel small, feeling like you can't share your share your moments of success with others because of other people who made you feel like it's not worthy of celebrating. Or I'm not able to succeed in life because I feel like I'm always going to be having to look over my shoulder and explain myself to someone. And what your guardian angel is saying that, no, that's not true. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. You never owed anybody an explanation. But because there was a part of your inner child that was wounded, that was demanded of such a thing, right? As a child, you were demanded to explain your actions. You were demanded of being very clear about why you chose to do this or why you said that, right? And that created that, I heard despondence came through, but that created that dissonance as well, and that feeling of being small. It's just, I feel very small right now. Like I have to curl up under a rock. Like I want to be successful, but I have to curl up under this rock because there's someone who's a big bad wolf in my energy that's gonna tear apart my whole life. That's what this really feels like right now. And your guardian angel is reminding you that you're so protected, that you are doing amazing things. You've controlled yourself. You've learned how to control yourself. And this other person is out of control right now. And while you don't have to stick around and put up with that by any means, remembering that that's all their intention is going to come back on them. They're going to experience that back on their own journey. Yeah, so we have the High Priestess here. We have the Queen of Michael. Okay, interesting. And we have the Three of Ariel. Yeah, this is something you're building. Okay, this is very telling here because it's like reminding you, you have the intuition of knowing that this person is not good for you. And the Queen of Michael, right, the Queen of Swords, is a very cold energy. It's not that she doesn't care about other people. She just understands. You know, it's like thinking about it in terms of being a Libra, and we think about the terms of the scale, balancing the scale, fairness, justice, harmony, and balance. Well, when I'm thinking of that, I'm getting shown a legal office, right? And you think about it in legal terms, like if you were under oath as a lawyer, you can't, or you had attorney-client privileges. I have no idea. Maybe you're a lawyer here. But, you know, it's like you wouldn't go and spread all of that information to their family because that's between you and this person. No matter what's going on, that's between you and this person, your client. And I feel like your guardian angel here is reminding you that not only are you you're your own best friend, but you are also your client. And whatever happens between you and you is like client attorney privileges, patient doctor privileges. Like there's a very, very, very protective center that needs to be there and showing up for yourself in that way and protecting yourself. So someone's asking you like, hey, how much did you make over here? You're saying, well, that's really none of your business, is it? And when they freak out about it, like people do, because you start to set a boundary, you just say, okay, guess what? I'll share that information with you when you share that information about you with me. And then when they're like, well, that's none of your business. Exactly. So I'm glad we've established that so we can move on and talk about other things, or this is where I take my leave. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what your archangel is trying to remind you. It's not about being ruthless here. This is about letting yourself radiate in a powerful position, knowing that you don't have to back down just because of the big bad wolf that's been around. This big bad wolf is just trying to get a response, a reaction out of you, because that's what they've always done. And it feels like this has been around for a while, and it could be various different people in your life. It's just that south node being triggered again and again. But then you have this, right? Like following your passion here. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career and artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. But this is that reminder to do what you love. You know, it's not even about building something with someone else, which the Three of Coins does talk about collaboration, right? It talks about building something, a foundation with another person, but I'm getting that very clearly here. This is about you following your passion, following the things that you adore. It doesn't matter what comes from it because it will lead you down the path that you're meant to be on, right? And then with the High Priestess here, the Popess, we have be at peace. Be at peace. This is a time for your career rather than relationships. You know, it's easy to focus on relationships. We're very social creatures. We were born in social life, right? That's a thing. Social life is a thing. To be around people is a thing. But right now, it would really benefit you to draw back and to follow the things that you love, to draw back your energy to yourself, because there's someone, there's a group of people, or there's a situation here that is trying its best to drain you, to keep you distracted from doing what it is that you're meant to be doing. And I feel like the reason for that is because they or it can sense your potential. And that's enough to leave them or this situation in a state of unrest. Okay? And remembering that usually when people attack us, I'm not laughing at the fact that people are attacking us. What I'm saying is it's just interesting because it's hard for us sometimes. We take it so personally. But usually when people attack us, that means that we're on the right path. And it's kind of a weird way to gauge it, right? Like, oh, so when people are attacking me, I'm doing the right thing? Like, yeah, because it shows that you're starting to grow beyond where you were making yourself dim for other people's comfort. You don't have to do that anymore. You can let your light shine. You can be the light of your life. You know exactly what's next. You know what you're meant to do. But this is about drawing away from whatever this situation is, or whoever these people are, and coming back to yourself and being honest with yourself 100%. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Across the board, being completely honest with yourself. Take a drink. And not fearing if this person is going to know what it is that you said to yourself, right? That's between you and you, right? That's between me, myself, and I. And that's what you have to look at it as. I'm being honest with me, myself, and I, and this is between me, myself, and I, and no one else is in this bubble. So I can be open and honest with myself, even if you have to go sit in your car or go sit in a closet somewhere by yourself so you can talk to yourself. It's not crazy. It will help you unleash and unburden yourself from what it is that's been holding you back. Alright, so let's get some oracles out here. So, Guardian Angel of pile number 2. What more would you like to tell them? Thank you. At the bottom, excuse me, yeah, we have house 1. Individuality, your self-image, and your approach to life. There's this resistance to yourself that's coming in. Like, I resist being who I am. I resist being who I am because of what people might say or how people might take it. But the only person that you're hurting is you when you're in this energy. All those other people, they're not holding back, worrying about what you're thinking. And maybe they are. Maybe they are, right? Maybe they're acting the way that they are because they're worried about what you're thinking, or they're worried about how other people are going to perceive them. But if that's how they act based on what other people might potentially be thinking of them, it's exhausting, right? You know, the way I look at it is everybody that's out there, family included, at the end of the day, they all have their own lives, and it's a very selfish thing for us to assume that everybody is thinking about us in this moment, right? That we're on their mind. And while we might be on some people's minds, right? Just looking at it this way also helps put it in perspective. Everybody else's world does not revolve around us. But somehow, some way, shape, or form, our emotional ego has convinced us that it does. That we're somehow the sun that everybody is revolving around, and they're talking about us, they're worrying about us, they're wondering about us, they're spreading rumors about us. And while that might be true in some cases, I can guarantee you it is not as much as we believe it to be. Right? And so sometimes we get stuck in that energy and we believe, oh, like I have to focus on that instead. So with the Queen of Michael coming out here, it's just that reminder that this is time for you to focus on you. Don't worry about everybody else. They're going to, damned if you do, damned if you don't, pile 2. I'd rather you be damned if you did, because at least you'd be doing what you loved, right? And excuse the expression, but that's what's coming through. Look at this. We have broken dreams. Thank you so much for this confirmation. We have 23. Excuse me. Make the whole table shake. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. That's the thing. Like, there's this energy right now where it's like, well, but everybody else, no. At the end of the day, the only person that you're affecting is you when you make yourself small, right? When you put yourself in this box, when you're putting yourself in this place of saying, like, oh my gosh, this big bad wolf is going to hurt me. What are they going to do? Are they going to do more than they've already done? Probably not. And if they do, like, you already know what's coming, and that means that you can set even stronger boundaries, which means that you can say, hey, you're not going to have access to my energy like that, which is scary in and of itself. I know. And it's going to take practice. But one step at a time here. We're not trying to rush you to a final result. That's never what your guardian angel is trying to do. But we're encouraging you to take that first step. And when you take that first step, then the next step will be easier. Recognize signs from above. The angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and be open to the divine guidance. Exactly. Opening your heart here, right? There is this feeling of resistance, distraction, a block that's coming in. But that is only keeping you from receiving the insight that you know you can already receive. You've gotten it. Time and time again. Thank you, guardian angel. Thank you so much for coming on here. You are not alone with the guardian angel card, the white feather. So a sign or a synchronicity that you might recognize coming in the upcoming weeks, I would say, would be white feathers. White feathers finding you everywhere, right? Maybe coming across white feathers on the ground, or seeing somebody with a white feather in their hair, or white feather earrings, or white feather jewelry, or white feather online somewhere. You're going to see this, and this is going to be a sign that your guardian angel is reminding you that it is okay for you to shine, pile 2. It is okay for you to be seen. Forget these other people who are trying to make you feel small. They're not for you, and if they're not for you, they don't deserve you. You're too good for that. Alright, thank you. On the bottom, we've got Cancer energy. Soften your heart. So this feels like you're putting up a shell, right? Like, again, putting up a barrier between you and people who are meant to see you. People who are meant to experience that beautiful energy that you have, right? And Cancers, ruled by the moon, are very, when they're in their loving energy, when they're in alignment, they're very loving, nurturing, very motherly, very in tune with their inner child, very caring of themselves and others. Right? But when they're in their shadow, they're crab. Like, you can't get more clear than that. They are, and they will embody the crab. They will snatch out and pinch out at people who irritate them, people who don't irritate them. They'll try to scuttle away from everything. They'll hide under a rock. They don't want to be seen. Didn't I say that earlier? Like, I want to make myself small and hide under a rock, and then we have that coming back out here. Yeah, so stop hiding under a rock. You're meant to be seen. There are going to be people who have a problem with you being you, but it's not personal. Right? It's just because they don't want to face their own demons and be who they are at their authentic core. It's sad, really. It is. It's like when you stop and think about it, it's like it's frustrating because they treat you a certain type of way, but if we draw back and we realize it's not personal to me, it kind of puts things in perspective. Like, wow, I really feel bad for that person because they can't find themselves because they're so busy projecting onto everybody else. We have Oceana. This came out in pile 1 too. You might have been on pile number 1 as well. And if you were, thank you. I really do appreciate you watching multiple piles. But just remember, you don't have to watch multiple piles. It's never a requirement. We have take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation. And you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay? Your emotions are getting the better of you right now. And that's not a bad thing. That's entirely human of us. We all have that moment where our emotions get the best of us. There's nothing wrong with that. But remembering that we also have control on how to take care of ourselves. And we know how to work through those emotions. And we know how to let them go. You have the tools available to you. Trusting that those tools are going to help you in this very situation. Your angel number is 420, and it's so weird because I was getting that energy paranoia like I'm smoking weed, but I didn't say that at the beginning. I haven't smoked weed in over 3 years. I quit along my spiritual journey, and so, but that's what it was feeling like, like if you haven't smoked for a while and you smoke again, you get that really crazy paranoia, and you're like always looking over your shoulder. And you might smoke, and that's fine. No judgment here, right? I'm a big 420 supporter. It's cool, even though I don't partake. But I feel like that's that energy that I was talking about, is that paranoia that's coming through. It's like unwarranted paranoia. Paranoia just for the sake of being paranoid, because it's an old pattern that's coming out. And I wish I had said it, but now this is just confirming that what I was feeling was real. And that 420 coming out again, we have potential, with potential opportunities, adventure, dreams, courage, future, and goals. This card reminds you of your potential in life, with your angels supporting you. It is time to embrace new opportunities and adventures and follow your heart towards the future. Reflect on your goals and aspirations. What new opportunities am I ready to pursue, and how can I align them with my long-term goals? Identify one new opportunity or goal you've been considering and take a concrete step toward pursuing it today, trusting in your potential and the support of the universe. And what was I saying earlier is like your guardian angel is encouraging you to take that first step. It may be challenging, but the next step will be loads easier. Okay? So we have 6-4 on the bottom with intuition, inner knowing, trust, awareness, mindfulness, reflection, and clarity. Cultivate mindfulness daily to strengthen your intuition. Spend time in quiet reflection. Focus on your breath and let your mind settle into stillness, okay? Intuition, tapping back into your intuition. You're a very intuitive person. But I feel like when you lose sight of your intuition, then all of a sudden everything starts getting hectic and chaotic, and you keep focusing on outward situations instead of drawing back in. And that's what your guardian angel is asking you to come back in. Okay, we have Capricorn energy here. Ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Okay, this is very important. Taking a step. All right, we have multiple cards talking about steps. Taking a concrete step. What I said earlier, taking one step, taking the first step to getting there, right? This is going to be so beneficial for your journey. Wow, we have distorted perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe that it is. This is what I was saying earlier, that energy of it's like, oh, everybody's thinking about me. We really think you're not alone. Please, this is not me saying like, how dare you, pile two. Like, no, I've been there too. I have really thought that my life, me as a person, that everybody else was so concerned about me all the time and everything that I was doing. And I realized that other people have other things to worry about. They're telling me, it's like when I first started connecting with Spanish-speaking culture, and I would go to places where they only spoke in Spanish. And if you're spending time around people who speak another language and you don't speak it, the first thing you think of is, oh my God, they're talking about me. Oh my God, they're saying crazy things about me. They're saying this about me. They're saying that about me. Well, when people started translating the things that people were saying to me, and when I started understanding as well, right, and I started really interacting and realizing, like, people have other things to talk about than me, right? And that's what we have to remind ourselves. People have other things to talk about, to think about, to worry about than us. They've got their own lives. But because we're interacting with them and we think that, oh, it's just me, me, they're only concerned about me. But when you're gone, when you're out of the picture, they're thinking about everything else that's going on in their life. And we have to remind ourselves of that at times, that distorted perception, distorted reality. Our emotional ego is trying to convince us that we're so grandiose that everybody has to think about us. But that's our emotional ego trying to convince us that we're separate and that somehow we need to believe in that separateness. Okay? We have 25 with put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. Okay, so you know what you want to create. Now is the time to go towards that. Stop hiding, right? Determination and self-control. Career advancement. This is going to benefit you. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. Wow, back to what we were talking about with the crab. Soften your heart, right? Soften your heart. Drop the shields. You don't need to feel so like, ugh, every time this person comes around or every time this situation comes around. Remembering that sometimes going with the flow will help ease you through it and letting it go in a very natural way. Okay, that's not to mean let this situation control you. That's not what it is. But it's like if you're trying to control yourself and the situation and everything going on around you, you're losing control. So it's letting go and reminding yourself continuously that you are so protected. We have Gazimi with seize the sunny opportunities. Yeah, you have so many opportunities that are coming to you now. But if you're disconnected from yourself, it's going to be really hard for you to see opportunity as an opportunity. Right? And we're all guilty of this. Even I am. Okay? We have malefics. Beware of challenges. Exactly. So for you, pile 2, there's going to be opportunities in the challenges. And it's all about how you choose to see the challenges. Right? Are you going to try to control them? Are you going to try to create what it is that you want it to be? Or are you going to step back and allow things to unfold so that you can gain clarity from them? And it's going to be hard, right? It's going to be hard at first, but you're going to be able to do it. We have Crystal here with have faith and hope, because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. Yeah, so there is a lot of good energy that's coming, but there are going to be challenges here, but you're going to be reborn through the fire, through the ashes like a phoenix here from those challenges, right? Being molded like a diamond in the pressure. Sometimes it's hard for us. It's like, I can't take any more pressure, but suddenly we shoot up past beyond some boundary that we had, and we see things with greater perspective and greater clarity and greater love. And that helps us realize, like, wow, I didn't think I could ever reach this place, but now I'm here. So it is coming. Think about that too. You're there now. Like, you're in a place you never thought you'd be able to be at, right? And so remembering that it always is going to be like that. So we're going to take a look at this card and read it from the book. We have transformation. Yep, so you're in a time of great transformation right now. Amazing. Trusting in this process. We have you're ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you to make space in your life for something more purposeful. You may feel a real need for clearing out at this time, not just physically but mentally and spiritually too. As you remove the clutter and debris from your world, you welcome in the energy of transformation. Like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, you're ready to move beyond the previous limitations of your life. You are moving away from stagnancy or the feeling of being held back and taking the heavy energies of your life and making them light so that you can fully embrace who you were born to be. When this card appears, angels are acknowledging the emotional and physical transformations that have taken place in your life. They can see you more clearly now that you've released the old and fusty thoughts and situations. There's a feeling of renewal now, and you are moving into a space where you are more comfortable than ever with who you are. You are a spark of splendor burning in the depths of you. You have a spark of splendor burning in the depths of your being, and this spark is creating positive, loving experiences for you now. It's time to enjoy the benefits of your commitment to your growth. Exactly. So there's a lot of good things coming for you here, but transformation is uncomfortable. I don't care who you are, but the transformations that we go through on this journey, it's not like we're like, all right, I'm transforming. Like, woo, this is so beautiful. Usually it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Right? Like, that's how it feels. Why? Because transformation is hard. The butterfly, before it becomes a butterfly, the caterpillar turns into complete mush. That cannot feel good, but it just knows that this is the process, and it trusts that one day it'll be able to spread its wings and fly. Right? So you're kind of in that mush stage before you get your butterfly wings so that you can fly and be free. And everything that you knew before is slowly but surely dripping away from you. And that's why it's okay for you to let your guard down, in the sense of being vulnerable and being open, but more importantly, being vulnerable with yourself. Okay? So this is what I see here for you, pile number 2. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the little crab emoji down below and say, I choose to soften my heart by letting go of the hard exterior, knowing that I'm protected and that my vulnerability is my greatest strength. And if it resonated, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides, and a special shout out to your guardian angel for coming through today. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 3rd house on it, if you were drawn to this moonstone, if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on a message from your guardian angel. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anyone new here, this is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently on this channel, so keep that in mind moving forward. And if the messages happen to resonate with you along the way, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. With that, let's hop to it and find out what is your message from your guardian angel, pile number 3. So guardian angel of pile number 3, what is the message that you have for them today? Guardian angel of pile number 3, what is the message that you have for them today? Would you like to tell them? Guardian angel of pile number 3, what is the message you have for them? Okay, interesting. We've got Sag, 6th house, and Mercury energy coming in here. You know, it's interesting. When I was getting ready for this pile, like, all of a sudden I was flooded with, like, all these negative self-image thoughts, which doesn't happen often for me. It's not that I don't have them, I do, but when I was getting started with your pile, all of a sudden there's, like, all these self-image, like, really negative. Oh, you know, my legs are weird, my knees are knobby, my hands feel funny, like, all these weird things, like I have this fat around my belly, or I have this back fat, or I have this chin fat, or, you know, like my ears are too far apart, or they're too wide. Like, all these weird energies were coming in. And so with the 6th house here, it's just that reminder that your guardian angel is trying to help you recognize those negative thoughts that are coming up and learning from them with Sagittarius energy here. This is about learning about yourself. Like, where does that come from? Is that really your voice? Or is that voice from someone maybe in your childhood, or maybe from your past, that's coming through? And this feels like approaching those voices with a sense of curiosity instead of judgment. Right? When we hear ourselves talking down to ourselves, the first thing we do is we judge ourselves, and we say, like, oh, how could you, self? You're judging me, and I can't stand it when you're judging me. And then that spirals out of control, and it's like, but I'm judging because of this. And you're like, yeah, but you didn't need to bring it up. And it turns into this weird argument between our emotional ego and our emotional ego. And we beat ourselves up for thinking these things, but it's natural, right? It's human for us to think poorly about ourselves, because that's the type of society that we were raised in. And self-conscious is a thing. Like, being self-conscious about ourselves, that's a thing. And so we have to work to have confidence and feel comfortable in our skin and where we're at. And so this doesn't necessarily have to even be just revolving around your body image. This could just be self in general, like taking action towards your dreams. Or maybe you're like, I'm going to be super productive today, and then you don't get anything done, and then beating yourself up. Or maybe it's working out, and you're like, I'm going to work out, and then you don't work out, and then you stop working out altogether because of one day or because of 3 days or whatever it was. So this really feels like the voice, the inner voice that's coming in here, and using that as a way to gain insight about where you're coming from and what voice it is that you're allowing to lead you on your journey, right? Is it the voice of love? Is it the voice of reason? Is it the voice of criticism? And this takes a long time. This is something that I myself have done throughout my journey. And then one day, what happens is when you're working on self-love and you're working on caring about yourself, one day this voice comes in and it says, you know what? I love you exactly as you are. You don't have to do anything or prove anything to me. And what happens is internally you feel this great love that comes through. And then you suddenly want to do all the good things that are for you, right? The things that matter and the things that make your life feel good and make you feel good. And you want to do them, not because you feel like you have to do them, but because you recognize the kindness of yourself within. And that's inspiration for you. So I feel like your guardian angel is really pointing this out right now, because there's an inner voice here that is or has been out of control for a while, and maybe you haven't yet recognized it or been conscious of it, or you have been conscious of it, but it's easier to just brush it under the rug than to face it, which is understandable too. But they want you to be honest with yourself here, and they want you to communicate with yourself, like, is this really my voice, or is this the voice of someone from my past? And what can you do to feel into that, right? What can you do to accept those parts of yourself on an even deeper level? The things that you don't like, is there a way that you can be comfortable with those things in this moment? Like if you don't like your elbows, can you sit and stare at your elbows in the mirror for a while until the trigger fades, right? And maybe it'll take multiple times. Can you stand in the mirror and say, I love you, until you break into tears and you realize that you deserve that love, right? It's all about a process here, though, and this is something they want you to add to your daily routine with the 6th house coming in. So this feels, and it's interesting, we didn't get the sun or the 1st house, but it does feel like image, self-image, appearance here coming in. Okay, so we're going to use the Archangel Powered Tarot today. So guardian angel of pile number 3. What is the message that you have for pile number 3 today? What is the message you have for pile number 3, guardian angel? Guardian angel of pile number 3. What is the message you have for pile number 3? Okay, thank you. What is the message that you have for pile number 3, guardian angel? Yeah, new insight, new inspiration, new understanding, taking action. Guardian angel, what is the message you have for pile number 3 today? Okay, thank you. Alright, guardian angel, what is the message that you have for pile number 3 today? Thank you. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Ariel. Yeah, things are coming your way. Things are unfolding for you. There's so much to be grateful for. Financial success, the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. You have so much going on for you, and I feel like it's hard for you to focus on what's good because of this voice, this internal voice that's saying like, oh, you're not good enough, or oh, you don't work out enough, or oh, you don't do this enough, or oh, you don't do that enough, right? And the truth is that you are enough in this moment, but you're the only one that can show yourself that. With the High Priestess here, this is about an internal dialogue that's happening, And your intuition has been trying to help you focus on letting this part of you go. Let's see what's coming through with the other cards here. Nine of Michael. Yeah, the red flags. Sometimes they're within ourselves. The Four of Michael, showing this is all mental here. Okay, and the Five of Gabriel. So he says, your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. And it says, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. And then we have a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience within yourself, or with yourself and those around you. So this really does feel like this is someone else's voice, okay? This is someone else's voice that you have adopted along the way, maybe from childhood, from the ages of 5 to 9 or 5 to 10. This is something very early on. It has been plaguing you for a long time and making you feel less than. And what your guardian angel is reminding you of is that there's so much more going on for you than the focus of the body image right now, right? You're accomplishing so much, and there's so many reasons to be proud of yourself right now. And focusing on that good. Can you focus on that good? Right? But this is something that feels like a struggle for you. And you might see 999 a lot here, and that's because your guardian angel is asking you to bring this situation to a close. We want to shed the light on it, but with the Four of Michael here, it's also feeling like this is peer pressure. So maybe you hang out with a lot of friends who are very focused on their physical looks, right? Or they're very focused on their popularity, or they're very focused on where they stand at in society, or where they stand at with their career, whatever it is. But it feels like you're surrounded by very superficial, surface level people who don't have much to offer, and in turn it's creating anxiety around yourself, and which is exacerbating that internal dialogue, okay? And that's what this feels like. It's like peer pressure, outside world, someone else is convincing you have to be this way. It's like I was feeling like at the beginning, this is not something that is your thoughts. This is not something that you're feeling naturally when you're at a state of rest or in a state of peace. Right now, though, your angels are asking you to release that and let it go so that you can come into this place of balance, right? There's an owl flying out here. It's like reconnecting with your intuition, reconnecting with your higher self here, okay? But I do feel like your guardian angel is telling you this is something that's easy to solve if you choose to focus on this is not your true internal dialogue. This is not your truth, right? This might be someone else's truth that they're trying to convince you of, but you don't have to burden that. You don't have to shoulder that, okay? So let's see what else comes in for you. Let's get some oracles. It feels like a very straightforward message here. Oh, hold on, Zoe. I'm sorry, baby. There you go. And dog, she was trying to get water and she got stuck under my table. Alright, so guardian angel, what more do you have to tell them? Look, I'm not surprised this came out. We have the sun. Self-express and embody truth. This is all about how you see yourself and are expressing yourself. Wow, excuse me. Your truth is deeper than that. It's deeper than skin level. You're this soul that's here to have this amazing experience. You're so much bigger than the surface level things that are going on around us, but sometimes it's hard for us to detach from that because we really feel like all that's going on around us is who we are. Alright, guardian angel, what more would you like to tell pile number 3? Okay, thank you. On the bottom, we have 22 women supporting women. Together we can transcend our individual limitations. Okay, this is telling me that either you were judged harshly by the women in your life, and there's healing with women, Okay, and it doesn't matter. You can be a man on here or identify as a man here. It doesn't matter. This is just saying there's healing around women who are healing, right? So people who are like-minded individuals who don't see you for surface level, but see you as the soul that you are. There's this quote, and I don't remember who says this, but it's like, imagine a world where we saw souls instead of faces. What a difference this world would be. And that's true, right? Like if we only saw souls instead of faces, we would see just how magnificent we all were here in this world. But we see faces and we judge everything at this very skin surface level place that there's no depth to it. But with this women supporting women here, it feels like there's healing here for you to reconnect with women who see you as you and not what you look like and not what's going on in your life. Alright, so let's get some more out here. Okay, Guardian Angel, what more would you like to tell pile number 3? And if you guys hear the noise in the background, I got a lot of packages today, so my family is moving around right now and trying to organize some stuff. Just letting you know. So we have 28 with someone new is coming. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so that happiness can enter your life. Yeah, it feels like this judgment, this self-talk is keeping you from opening up your heart to the potential of relationships that can come into your life, right? You want to connect with your soul family. You want to connect with your soul tribe. But if you're still judging yourself, you're at some point going to feel like if your soul tribe comes in that they're judging you too. And it's going to be where you're pushing them away, not intentionally. It's not like you're saying, oh, get out of my life. No, it's just all those fears and those worries are going to be running you, and that's going to put you in a lower vibration, which is going to vibrate you away from your soul family because they're attracted to our vibration and our authenticity. Okay? So remembering that you are imperfectly perfect, and that's okay. Because everybody is imperfectly perfect. There is not a perfect person in the world. And it's weird that we have this idea with body image, because this actually came out in a previous reading that I did not that long ago. I want to say it's how others perceive you, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I wish I could remember, but maybe you caught that reading anyways. So that's just an extra confirmation for some of you here. But this feels like there's a person who's your match, right? They're on your vibrational level. They're going to understand you. They're going to see you and love you for who you are. But it comes from us seeing and loving ourselves first. So we've got put your creative energy into action. This was on one of the other piles as well. It says Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity and help you communicate your vision and motivate you to create something beautiful. Okay, focus that energy somewhere else. Instead of it taking up our time and worry and all this effort that is not actually conducive to our journey, let's put that somewhere else. Focus on the things that you want to achieve, right? Focus on healing. Focus on shadow work. Focus on things that are going to help you release this idea that you're not enough as you are, because you are pile 3 in this moment, right now. As these words leave my lips to your ears, you are enough. As you are. There's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing weird about you. There's nothing that is so crazy that you don't belong. You're unique, which is beautiful. But that doesn't make you separate or having a separate experience from everyone else. We all experience these very things, these very fears. You might be like, oh, well, Samantha down the street, she's absolutely perfect. She has perfect hair, perfect teeth, perfect eyes, perfect nails, perfect body. But you know what she sees when she looks in the mirror? She sees the fat on the back of her thighs. Right? She feels like her teeth are just a little bit crooked, even though they look straight to everyone else. She feels like maybe she's got one lazy eye, but no one can tell, but she can. Or one nostril sits higher than the other. Whether you believe it or not, the person that you think looks perfect, has the perfect life, I guarantee you, if you had a 10-minute conversation being vulnerable about what you thought about yourself and the things and the fears that you experience, this person would shock you by the things that they feel, they experience, and they also have going on. And it's not to say that you're not valid in experiencing that. That's not what this is, because it's absolutely valid. But it's just that reminder that you're not alone, and you are enough as you are. But there's no one in this world that's just gotten a free pass to not feeling human, okay? That's just not how it happens. So this is what it feels like here. Let's get some more cards out. Oh, and I did want to mention, if you have watched piles 1, 2, and 3 with me, leave a purple heart down below. That's for my Purple Heart Club. And you can say I made it, and I'll know what that means. And I just want to say thank you for those of you that spend the entire reading with me. It truly does mean the world to me. It helps out the channel as well. And even if you didn't and you're just here watching pile 3, thank you for your time and energy, because without any of you, I wouldn't be here. And you all are so very precious to me. So let's get some more information, Guardian Angel, for pile number 3. We have Snake. Shed old skin. Yeah, and again, that idea, this is something that's skin deep, right? As soon as you shed it, it's gone. It's like when you let go of the belief that it's holding on you, when you let go of this idea that it has to be this, like, it's gone. It's not going to be impacting you like it was before. Okay, so this is all about a time of healing, of new creation, of new experiences for you, pile number 3. All right, what else would you like to tell pile number 3, Guardian Angel? One more. Whoa, okay. South Node. All right. South Node is what we're destined to release. We have stick to your comfort zone, right? So this is something that's comfortable for you, even though it's incredibly uncomfortable, right? South Node is what we're uncomfortably comfortable in. That's what South Node energy is. It's something we've held on to for our entire lives. We spent so long here, we don't know that there's any other way to live until we consciously make a decision to live another way. And that's what this feels like here. So with South Node coming out, it's showing you're destined to release this, something that you're meant to let go of. And then on the bottom, we have Sextile with keep it easy. Keep it easy breezy. Right? Love yourself. Keep it simple. Kiss it. Right? Kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid. Like that. And it's not to be mean. Like, that's just that idea, right? Keep it simple. Or my mom would always say, keep it simple, silly. Right? Like, so that idea, keep it simple, silly. Like, that idea of not being so serious all the time. Like, oh, I can't be loved unless my lips are huge, or my eyes are big and doughy, or I have these massive eyelashes, or I have the perfect beard, or I have the perfect haircut, or I have my nails are done, or my toenails are clipped, or, you know, you're lovable exactly as you are right now. But how can you expect someone else to love you if you can't? It's kind of asking a huge thing from someone when you can't show yourself that love. But if you love yourself, asking someone else to love you, pile 3, well, that's not so big of a deal, is it? Because I love myself, and if you don't love me, then I can just remove myself from this situation, because we're not vibing like that, and that's okay. But when you're wanting someone to love you and you don't love yourself, the minute that someone shows you that lack of love, we start chasing, right? We start running after them like, oh my gosh, they don't love me. I have to change myself. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. I'm not perfect. I'm not enough. So this is about learning how to love yourself in a simple way. How do you do that? Show up for yourself the way you want someone else to show up for you. You want someone to listen to your day about what you went through in your day? Listen to what you went through in your day. Talk out loud to yourself. It sounds crazy, but I'm going to tell you, I've done that for years. I've expressed my day to myself, to Source, and I've had wonderful conversations with Source about stuff, and talking with your guides and your guardian angel. That's a beautiful way, because guess what? Your guardian angel is always going to listen. They're always going to listen. They're always going to be there like, all right, I've got my tea, I'm pulled up, I'm sitting in my favorite chair with you, And I'm here for you, buddy. What do you need to say? What do you need to say? I'm here for you. That's exactly what they do. And then we can pour our hearts out. I tell you what, when you pour your heart out in a situation like that and you tell them everything that's worrying you and burdening you, you feel 20 pounds lighter when you're done. Energetically, you feel brand new. What else would you like to say, Guardian Angel? Thank you. On the bottom, we have Celeste. A happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. Yeah, so there's a move here. There's a transferring of energies is what this feels like leaving something old behind and coming into something that's more aligned with where you're meant to go. We have Sagittarius energy again. You could be a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius highly aspect in your chart. We have optimism, exploration, and freedom, freeing yourself from something that's been a burden. Okay? We want you to fly free. We want you to feel good about yourself. We want you to feel comfortable in your skin. And it feels like that's been impossible, but facing this fear can be the biggest success and the biggest reward that you have in this life. Wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. Your intuition's been trying to tell you here and trying to balance out old energies, a blending of the shadow and the light. And the shadow, when we blend that with the light, it's saying we accept the shadow. We accept the less than perfect parts of ourselves, but not just accepting the less than perfect parts about ourselves. We accept the less than perfect things that we've said to ourselves, and we forgive ourselves for those words that we said, so that we can free ourselves from what that's brought into our lives. Wow, yeah, you might have watched another pile for sure. We have Protection Guardian, drop your shields. Being honest and vulnerable with yourself and where you're at on your journey right now. Oh, let me get an angel number. I forgot. My bad, pile 3. What's an angel number here? I feel like it's been really difficult for you to see vulnerability as a strength, and we've got 2020 with strength coming out. Right? Resilience, courage, inner power, determination, fortitude, endurance. Draw on your inner strength during challenging times. Your resilience can lead to personal growth. Stay focused and remain open-minded as you navigate each step of your journey. In what areas of my life do I need to harness my inner strength? How can I stay resilient and focused despite challenges? Identify one challenge you are currently facing and create a plan to address it. Remind yourself of past successes where you overcame difficulties and draw strength from those experiences. So honestly, you might resonate with pile number 2 unless you came from pile number 2. I don't usually re-recommend or recommend one of the earlier piles, but I really feel called to in this situation because there's a lot of messages there that resonate with this right now, what we're talking about right now. And if you don't, that's okay. Just know that these messages are for you. You don't have to go and watch another reading. But if you want to get further clarification, you might check out pile number 2. Okay? Yeah, reminding yourself that vulnerability is your greatest strength. It's not your greatest weakness. Right? So if you feel like your feet are too big, honoring that. My feet are too big. Who cares? They get me where I need to go. They let me walk where I need to go. If you feel like you're too big, too fat, right? Own that. Okay, I'm too fat, but you know what? My body, it still does what I need it to do without me asking it to. My heart beats strong in my chest, and my lungs, they breathe the air in and out, and they help me process what I need to process. And my body does all the internal workings on its own. It's like finding the silver lining here is what it feels like for you. We have 1818, meant for success. Success, purpose, change, prosperity, life path, transformation. A major change is coming, and while it may feel disruptive, it's guiding you towards success. Embrace this shift as it will lead you to your purpose and financial prosperity. Soon, the reasons for this change will become clear, revealing your true path. Okay, and didn't I say you might see 99, and we have 1818, which is 99, when we break it down in numerology. Yeah, so 999 might be a very powerful number that follows you right now, and I feel like that's a direct message from your guardian angel. We have Aries energy, a lot of fire energy coming in today. Okay, blaze new trails. Yeah, this is time for you to do something that you've never done before, and maybe that's accepting who you are right now. We have Archangel Gabriel with you have an important life purpose involving communication and arts. Look, I can't make this up. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help. So Archangel Michael's making an appearance on your reading saying, look, you've got insecurities. Let me help ease that burden for you. Okay? Wow, that is so powerful. All right, we're going to check this out. I'm going to read this from the book for you, and we'll see what came through. Ease and grace. Ease and grace. And this is toe stand pose. This is a very challenging pose. It's in yoga. It's an incredibly challenging pose. But look, he's pouring white sand, or this could be seen as energy or water here. And it's making me think of Temperance card, which also comes back to this wisdom and play. It's almost like your intuition has been telling you to accept yourself, but you're still, the emotional ego is finding very creative ways to convince you not to. Remember, integrating the light and the dark, the light and the shadow here will help set you free. Yes, it is a challenge, but it comes with so many benefits, okay? So let's read this from the book. Ease and grace. This is a time to learn and adapt. Wasn't I saying that earlier, to use this inner voice as a way to learn about yourself? You're being guided to slow down. Take your time. Take in the current moment and allow space for events to occur. You often put too much pressure and expectation on yourself, and this is not required. Also, with constant effort and rush, you'll find yourself becoming overwhelmed and tired. When you're too forceful, you use up too much energy that may hinder your progress at this time. If you're in a difficult situation at work or with other people, don't feel like you have to prove your skills, talents, or worth. Just step back and breathe. And through grace, you will be seen, understood, and recognized for who you truly are. Thank you so much for this confirmation. That's what I was saying. The people who are meant to be there for you, they will see you for who you are. You'll never have to prove yourself to them because they will love you wholeheartedly in this moment as you are. You're being guided to flow like water. Don't feel the need to rush or force your way ahead. A gentle approach will be more rewarding. Have patience and move with subtlety and grace. Your angel guide is encouraging you to see life as a dance. One step at a time, you'll make your way through this incredible journey, learning more and growing along the way. How can you move with more elegance? How can you slow down? How can you bring more grace and poise to your current situation? This is a time to soften, breathe, and move in a way that is steady but flowing. This information may come as a surprise or even a challenge to you, but your angels know it will be beneficial for what is coming your way next, okay? Beautiful energy here. Embracing this ease and grace. Ease up on yourself. You've been so hard on yourself, and that is exhausting. I don't care who you are, like, that's exhausting. We can be our own worst enemy, but if that's true, then the opposite is equally true, which means that we can also be our own best friend. And I feel like that's what your guardian angel wants you to do, is start becoming your own best friend and seeing the benefits of standing in your own corner and loving yourself and being that loving voice to yourself. So this is what I see here for you, pile number 3. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little head emoji that's talking. It's the little blue head that has the little lines in front of it. So the talking emoji down below, and say, I choose to see the inner voices as a learning experience for me to navigate towards loving, accepting, and cherishing myself radically and fully in this here now here moment. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and a special shout out to your very protective and loving guardian angel pile number 3. And until next time, stay human. Bye.